Hello and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined once again with
Bevan, how you going, guys?
bringing you some more Dallas, season 6, episodes 13 to 15. Tell me roll the credits and we'll chat. All right, these were really good episodes. I was very into them. I also feel like, I guess I want to say like some of it was a little bit filler, but because they stretched the season, but it was still
Yeah.
entertaining.
I actually think these episodes are a good sort of, in a way, a quickie little development thing on Bobby's sort of desire to. Well, we start to see how much Bobby really starts to side with, not so much side with JR, but you start to see that drive and that element of
Mm,
that pride to prove himself, which has always been a part of it. But I feel like because we have it's sort of somewhat hurried along in this, but it works mainly because well, Bobby's never really had it all properly challenged like this before. You know, he's
right.
never really had to face an actual question of what if this isn't an option. And so he does, and he finds that he's very much like his brother in that way, which, you know, inevitably is a trait they got from Jock because Jock's like that too. But yeah,
Jock kind of made them that way in a way.
yeah,
And they have to go against Mama.
yeah. And there is that element of it there too. So I think it's more that I don't know if I would say it's filler as much as it's sort of more a couple of episodes based purely in the family dynamic, you know?
Well, filler in the sense of like the cartel scenes, like a lot of the scenes, a little bit. I mean, the cartel's been in every one of these episodes, and it's kind of like what Bobby's doing with them, and
Yeah,
just like a little things that have already been established, or kind of just like re-establishing. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I know, I
But we'll
suppose
get to
that's
it.
true. There's like building still, yeah. But
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
like they're building that, of course, for the future for the future episodes and stuff. But I just think that like it works in really well in this instance to put it on the back burner in a way because then we get this a little bit more of this like character driven story rather than plot driven one, which is still fine.
Right.
Like because has always been able to balance it really well.
Yeah, it does. It
But,
balances well.
but yeah, I think this one was just more character driven episodes.
Yeah. So episode 13, Mama Dearest. Lucy bugs JR about the peeps at the barbecue. They were about to attack him and all that. Of course, she's getting on his nerves about it.
Yeah,
Um, they always quit back and forth. I always like that stuff. Um, Ellie says she's meeting with Harv about Jock's will, getting it overturned. JR is all mad about it. Daddy wouldn't want that, and they kind of fight a little bit.
yeah.
Cliff,
Well, you know, I
Punk.
think,
Okay,
you know, you've got, I was just going to say, you've got Ellie. So you've got one thing that JR's constantly prattled on about through every season is this is for my family, this is for my daddy, this is for Ewing Oil. Even though we know it's for him, the viewer knows. But this is like,
right.
this is one of the few times in the course of the series overall. I mean, obviously, Ellie does it a fair few times, but just over the course of 14 seasons, Ali actually is challenging him here. You know, like she turns around and she's like, I don't think you give a damn about what your dad wanted, flat out, you know?
I mean,
And
he doesn't because he didn't give a damn when he was alive. He would do what he
he-
wants.
yeah, exactly. And so,
So
like,
yeah,
and
he's still
even
doing
though
the same thing.
but JR doesn't really, it's weird. Like, he doesn't really deny it. He just reiterates his point. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's so well done. I did actually
There's
really
a
like
yeah,
it.
it is
The way
because there's so
she
much turmoil here because you got Ellie versus Bobby and JR, Cliff, Punk, Jordan, well the cartel against everybody. Like everything's against everybody. Donna joined the council. There's so
yeah,
many.
and this is also like another. I think it's another good scene where Barbara Bel Geddes is able to display a lot with a little, because the way she
She's so good.
glares at JR in that scene when she accuses him, her eyes like she just glares death at him almost. Not like she does. Obviously, she loves her son, but like it's death stare. It's like I don't. think you care at all. Like, don't give me
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah, just yeah, well done.
So Cliff, Punk, Jordan meet up on what they're going to do next. Because the barbecue stuff, I guess, attacking him there didn't go as they planned. I don't know exactly what they wanted to happen there, but it didn't
I don't
happen.
really think they did either. They were kind of trying to force a confrontation, but they did it
Right.
in a way that could have escalated to violence. And I think everybody is kind of calling on that, and they're kind of trying to rationalize it a little bit. Where like, oh,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, 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 that was completely weird. Like, it was weird. Like,
Bobby runs off by himself after the family or after Maselli because he's upset about going against his mama. At least he
mm,
shows like some remorse. JR is all ready to fight.
oh yeah,
So
when
I
is
love Sue Ellen in these episodes. She's so chill. She's just like
trying to be. I think she's just trying to be. She does. She is chill, but it's just that thing of like she's just trying to de-escalate. You know, because they keep escalating it. I mean,
right.
imagine being in this family though, where they. It's like you can see a certain level of path to no dramas where things could work out if you just stop being destructive. You know,
It's just
so
funny
that's
because like
really it.
in previous seasons, she's never been the one to do so. It's always
No,
been like Ellie or Pam even, but now it's her. And Pam's actually like, against because she's taken Team Ellie and all that. So
oh, and we
it's
also
getting
start to see
wild.
the beginning. We also start to see in these ones. We start to see those beginning fractures to Bobby and Pam.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that in the next episode. I got things to say.
We can still
Um,
cover it in the next, but it is something that
oh
starts
yeah,
to really occur over these. Like, it's
right.
sort of like hinted at because you see them arguing a bit in prior episodes, but this is when it actually starts to be a thing.
So Sue Ellen thinks that Ellie shouldn't go against Jock's will. Pam thinks that she should, but Sue Ellen's also kind of staying out of it, as she
Yeah,
keeps saying to Pam.
it's trying as much as she can to, anyways.
Right. Lucy and Ellie talk. Lucy says that Jock was smart. Like, why would Grandpop do this? Like he knew what he was doing, basically. Um, she's like, leave it be. Ellie says she's got to run the family, and she does not want it to be the way it is because everybody's against each other right now, and it's a hot disaster.
Mm.
Um, Bobby gives a "Be the Best" speech. I always had to be the best growing up, and this and that and that. And Pam looks scared. Pam's like,
Well, it's just
uh,
this thing where she didn't. I think it's Pam more like not realizing that she didn't see this competitiveness in him prior, you know? And it's
well,
like,
yeah, I think while Doc was alive, it wasn't totally, but I feel like now he feels he has to prove it to his dad. Now even more so since he's dead,
I think
in
so
my
too,
opinion.
is that proof, but it's also a proof to himself because ever since this started, I mean, Bobby, and there's that news report or whatever about JR that we'll go over later too, but like, people doubt that he's even capable of winning. This is about proving that he's got the brains to do it all.
Right. Rebecca talks to Cliff. She wants him to like move in with her or whatever. He's like, no, I'm gonna find my own place, whatever.
Yeah,
Um, JR tells Ellie he and Bobby are gonna fight her. Donna and Ray talk about Cliff, the gas station shit, and the variance meeting and all that jazz. Things are just revving up. Um, JR and Bobby talk. JR is like, thanks for standing up for me. Um, and then he pisses Bobby off, like right after that, and calls
yeah,
him the
like
company pimp. The company pimp, because they used to send Bobby to all the different sites and shit to like meet with them because he was like the nice one.
he's like, I don't think you have the guts to say that to my face again. Something like that. And I'm like, yeah, it was a pretty low remark. And he's like, oh, wow. And I'm like, far out.
And then, yeah, right after that, he's like, we should join forces, and you're my brother, Bobby. I love you. I'm like, I don't even know.
Fucking a war. Like,
I, I guess his own way of love is hate. That's I
yeah,
don't know how else to explain it.
yeah.
I almost wish he would have had like maybe like an episode where JR dreamed that if he had no like what dreamed that he was the only child.
I'm
Like I
surprised they didn't do
wonder.
that in the final episode with how that goes, you know? The whole It's a Wonderful Life thing.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that was like an opposite thing because that was Life Without JR, right?
Yeah, yeah, but it's just sort of the same concept. I'm surprised they didn't go with it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So Cliff and Afton are looking for a place for Cliff to live. She brings up marriage. He totally ignores her. Um,
Well, he's
I
like
think,
very much in his own world here.
yeah, he totally is.
Yeah, it's like he's planning like where he's going to do deals and everything else.
Yeah, she's all mad. Um, Ellie and Pam go to Harv. He says he can't help her because he's for Jock's will. He's basically on Jock's side. So he's going to fight for the will. Um, and he can't change it or anything. And she wants to contest it. He's like, I'll give you another lawyer recommendation and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But she's mad and she just rolls out. The council meets, Donna's council meets over the variance. Mr. Hicks, I guess he's like working for JR because you know JR has an in for everything, everybody.
Yeah. They've been
Um,
for the last couple of episodes, so yeah.
yeah, he bugs Donna about things. Um, uh, what did I put? Oh yeah, they got to vote. Donna shows the environment impact report, and then it like goes to the next scene. Because nobody's going her way, I don't think, right? It's only her.
No, yeah, pretty
So
much everybody is like, so everybody's kind of like drawing the line at like it doesn't look good that we're like gonna heighten prices, especially with like JR's PR campaign going.
yeah, because
So
she's
like
like once things settle, the prices are going to go up anyway.
yeah,
So she's trying to make them realize this, but they're
yeah,
stupid.
and that the more you allow for one thing brings in the likeliness that you have to make allowances for others and yada yada yada.
JR and Bobby meet with Harv. Bobby is surprised that Pam went.
Mm.
Uh, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I feel like Bobby should know someone has to be there for his mom. Sue Ellen's really not. So what does he want her like stand alone in the situation? Like I would almost be like, I'm glad you're helping my mama, but I get it. You know why he doesn't? I don't know. It's kind of complicated, but he just feels like she should be on his side, and that's that.
I think it's just that old thing of like you have to stick by sort of like your spouse type vibe. Whereas for me,
Right,
I don't know, like it's a little bit different. I think because I feel like his actual problem with it is kind of perhaps in those sort of defining roles. Like even if you don't agree, support, stuff like
right,
that. And it's not, and it's not like they're in a bad marriage or anything. But at the same time, I sort of just think of like it in a way of even without considering the idea of support for them for Ellie, I I I mean people have their own opinions,
right,
you know. I probably wouldn't in I guess, I mean it's fiction, but if I was in that
right,
situation, I probably wouldn't really be angry that she's not standing by me. I'd be trying to like probably debate to get her over to my side. More or less.
right. Yeah, he's
Not
just
in a
like,
J, not in a JR way, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. I would just have my contention would probably just be more based on the fact that I disagree, not that she has her own opinion. I wouldn't take it as like a reflection of like the wifely role, I guess.
right, right.
So it's
Donna,
a bit hard for
Donna,
me. I'm just sort of like I just see it as old values.
yeah, Donna calls Bobby. Obviously JR gets to keep his variance for now, so Bobby finds that out while JR is there, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Um, Lucy and Muriel is back. Muriel.
Yes.
I forget she made it this long.
Not sure
Uh,
about the shortcut. I always loved her with the long curls, but she's still good.
yeah. She meets Mickey. She's all like googly eyed over him. He asks her out. He's like, "Well, I asked her out, but she won't go out with me. Will you go out?" And actually, Muriel is a good friend because she's like, no, because she thought that he was like interested in Lucy or whatever. But Lucy's
Yeah.
like, I want nothing to do with him. He's a spoiled brat, whatever.
Liar.
For now.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, not like I can blame her. He's pretty. So,
this is where Bobby and Pam talk, and he says he's going to beat everyone. He's going to beat Ellie and this and that, and again, she still has that nervous look on her face, like, "What's up with my husband?"
I do think she looks a little over frightened by it. Like I'm like
I
he's
would
just
be.
like I don't know. I was just like it's just like I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be we're gonna beat Mama, and she's just like oh, and he's just like I'm gonna win this competition. She's like oh, like
Well, he's talking crazy. He's being
uh,
a little.
I do think it was.
He's being
I
very
know,
over
I
the
know.
top.
It all makes sense. I know. I'm just chucking fun because I just see him as like, like as if he's
um,
like, I'm gonna go out and like rob everyone blind and shoot them dead or something. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Clayton's back in town. Ellie and Clayton talk about Harv. He recommends Brooks Oliver because I guess he helped him in the past.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Sue Ellen and JR get home, and he's rude as shit to Clayton, of course. You've been
yeah,
hanging around here too much.
yeah.
Um, JR also says he's going to win everything. Um, JR goes to see Holly. She's mad at him. She says her profits are good and she wants to keep the contracts. He wants all the contracts canceled.
Yeah, he needs her
Um,
at full capacity for him, and she literally she has military contracts. When she asked him later, how do I break out of those? I was actually wondering that myself. I'm like, yeah, how would you break a military contract? I'm like, I'm sure it's happened before, but I feel like it would be harder to do. So, I
yeah.
don't, does anybody know out there? Because I don't know about military contracts. You should write and tell us. But
I,
yeah,
I I know. I didn't even know about these things. I'm like, I don't know what goes behind oil stuff.
yeah.
Um, Even watching this, I don't know how true all of this stuff is. I'm assuming it's all somewhat
I
factual
mean,
on how
I mean,
things are run.
it's definitely fictional, but on some level, they're probably working from laws and things at the
Right.
time, you know. But yeah,
Bobby needs oil revenues. He wants to pump and sell. Jordan apologizes to Bobby, but he's like, "Call my mom. Like you pissed off her, so like don't apologize to me."
yeah,
And he's with Andy too, the other dude that I never remember his name.
yeah.
Um, Bobby wants the Wellington land, which the cartel is keeping, I guess, in case of emergencies. I don't really
No,
get why,
it's
because they don't want to
so
pump on it.
like a big argument through these episodes is the idea that like if JR keeps pumping at the capacity that he is, that it's hurting the future of Ewing Oil because they'll have to go out and find more,
Right.
and he's like taking on like reserves, yada yada yada. So like these wells are capped because they don't actually need to be pumping them. Like they don't. It's more like holding onto an investment.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It's
they've
worth
got
a
them
lot of
capped.
money.
Yeah,
A
there's heaps
lot of
there.
money.
But if that oil goes all out while JR's also got all his oil flooding the market, then it gets, you can't sell it for as much. Yada yada
You
yada.
can't sell it,
And
and you need
so,
to refine it as well.
exactly, yeah,
And they're out
and
of refineries.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, and
getting
then
some things. I'm getting some things, but I still don't understand it. Like I
I,
get
will,
it, but
I guess it's more important for the plot, really. So like, I
right.
don't think like as long as you understand it for plot things, I think that's fine. I mean, this is
Yeah.
that they're talking about an industry that hasn't is also changed since the '80s. So even if this was in any like accurate to any degree, it would be different now anyway. So
So Bobby basically wants them to pump, and they're like, "No, we're not doing it." They almost feel like it's a backstabbing to them because he even wants
well,
that.
because they'll miss out
Um,
on.
right. Ellie meets with Brooks. We meet. He talks about Mark Grayson Senior. He's busy with dealing with his thing. I think did he just die? And then Mark Grayson or Junior is
I think yeah,
he's
something like that. It's like he's worked for the family since the senior, and he works for junior
right.
now. And I actually didn't
He's
realize
like
I didn't realize this was exactly where Mark was introduced because I love Mark Grayson.
I didn't. Not when I first met him. um,
I'm also a bit biased because he's the Punisher in the Spider-Man animated series from the '90s, and I love him. So like, and he does have beautiful eyes. So
so
yeah,
I guess it's like how Harv is retained by the Ewings, like Brooks is retained by the Graysons family.
yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah. Um, she says she'll have to talk to Mark Jr. about the mental capacity of Jock and all that stuff. Pam tells Rebecca, lay off the Ewings for a while, please. Rebecca
Yeah,
agrees. JR meets with paparazzi, and he says that he's here for the little people and all of this crap that we all know is bullshit. Whatever.
Ooh, excuse me, absolutely. It's always
That's
been
the end of that
bullshit.
one.
Yeah.
So, the next episode, episode 14, is the Ewing Blues. So I did look up, there's a ton of soap opera people in this episode alone. John Beck is pretty big. I didn't realize how many soaps he's in. Um, and we got John Riley, who's in 100 soaps,
Oh my,
and Lane
yeah. Actually,
Davies.
when John Riley showed up, I was like, "Oh my god, it's Alistair Crane!" I forgot. I didn't even remember he was in this.
Hmm I forgot
Ah,
he was Alistair Crane until I looked it up. So anyway,
evil.
John Beck, who plays Mark Grayson, his list starts in Days of Our Lives in 1966.
Oh my god.
Passions, he was in Passions too. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah, I
Do you remember
remember.
him in that?
I'm at
He
where I'm
was
up
in.
to in my rewatch. I'm coming up to those episodes, and
Oh, nice.
yeah.
He's in Models Inc.
Oh,
Trade Winds, which is a like very short-lived soap. It was only 6 episodes back
I
in
still
the
haven't watched
90s.
Models Inc., so that's something to look forward to.
It's really good. You need to.
I really
Um,
need to. Emma
it is.
Sands
It's
for the
great.
day. Stephanie Romano
Exactly.
for Angel. I love her.
And they're against each other too. Linda and Emma, which is really fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Santa Barbara, Dallas, of course. He was in
yeah.
the Peyton Place reunion movie in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Flamingo Road, which I love the one Flamingo Road. Did you watch?
I
You
also
didn't
like
finish
it.
that, right? You
Um,
watched
no,
the
I'm on
first season
season
of it?
two. I'm on season two still. I keep
Oh,
getting
okay.
distracted, but I do like him in that. He was actually I
He's
found the
such a good
character,
dude.
but I
Yeah.
found the character somewhat similar to Mark Grayson. So,
I will tell you this. I will say, obviously, I don't like Mark because he gets in my Bobby and Pam's way. But
but he's so much
I
better for
love,
it.
I loved, once I saw him on Flamingo Road, I kind of liked him better on Dallas because I'm like,
Yeah,
because he was such a good guy on Flamingo Road. And I'm like,
yeah.
all right, I still don't,
In,
I'm still not a huge fan of him on Dallas.
in, in Passions, he's just one of Julian's sleazy rich friends. Like, and
um,
he's pretty great.
all right, and in John Riley's list, I'm going to go off real quick because he has 100. Dallas, As the World Turns, Pacific Palisades, General Hospital, Dynasty, The Bay, General Hospital, Night Shift, Paper Dolls, Passions, Days of Our Lives, Sunset Beach, Melrose Place, and 90210.
Sunset Beach,
Can't
because
miss.
I've just started watching that. So he was all in the start. He was Dell, like Annie's dad, and all that. That was. I'm still waiting to find out who
I
shot him
remember
too. By
him.
the way, guys, I'm getting keen. So
I didn't look up Lane Davies because these had so many credits I had no. But Lane Davies is on Santa Barbara and General Hospital, and I'm sure
yeah,
he's on many other soaps.
yeah.
Anywho, getting into the episode, Pam and
Self,
Ellie talk.
yes,
Pam and Ellie talk about Brooks and claiming Jock mentally incompetent.
yeah,
Pam says, "Do it," but Ellie is having second thoughts.
yeah.
Because it's hard to do that, and oh man, on her on this fucking Barbara Balgetti's. Oh, she's so good. She should have won an Emmy like every year. Every year she was on. But because she always has that one episode or two episodes where she just freaking nails it with the tears. Oh man. So anyway, JR gets home, of course. Got to watch the news because JR was on the news and nobody really cares. They don't. They don't. I think Pam's like, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs, and nobody cares. Nobody wants to see it.
isn't like the only one that really cares is Cliff. He's like religiously watching anything that sort of pops up on.
Yeah, Cliff got back into the kill JR game. But Cliff is kind of being smart. He's like, right now, he's like
Oh yeah,
lurking, you know? He's
I
like,
could. No, what I actually like, in these next few seasons, they actually give Cliff a few wins, which is I think important considering sort of like the first chunk of this series is JR kicking his ass.
mm, I know.
So it's nice to
Ryan
see him
Don.
move a little bit, even though he can't. He like his gloating. I mean, we think JR
Mm,
gloats. Cliff is
mm,
so boisterous and about it, like no class. But you know,
I know, I know. Ryan's on the talk. She wants to quit the committee because she feels like she can't really get through to anybody. They're just going to keep denying her. He's like, no, fight for it. Like, do your
mm,
thing. These are the moments between Donna and Ray I love.
yeah,
It was really
they are
sweet,
the best moments. Yeah,
and then it horns them up and they go to bed.
pretty much.
Jr. Jr. has John Ross at the office. Um, Roy from the talk show calls that Roy is played by John Riley, who's in every soap ever. Um, for Jr. to be on the show. Jr. goes to John Ross like to play or whatever. I forget he's playing with some oil thing. He says that he's the Robin Hood of oil. Take from the poor and give to the rich. A little too close to home nowadays, sadly. Cliff, Merrily, Jordan, and Andy meet up, talk about Bobby pumping oil. They feel like that he's trying to cut their throat.
Yeah,
Um, whatever. They're feeling the pressure.
yeah,
Mr. Criswell.
and they all sort of vote to keep the Wells capped as well between them.
I thought this guy was going to be more important. I can't remember if he comes back, but Mr. Criswell, this dude meets with JR about the gas prices and all that. Like he wants to get his gas involved, but he's like, "No, I need to locate a refinery. When you find me a refinery, we'll talk." And the guy's like, "Well, refineries are hard to come by right now."
I'm not sure if this goes anywhere, but it was seem like just the idea. I think of all these other types of businesses coming to work, like wanting to sort of like engage with JR, that he's got that kind of national presence. Because doesn't this guy say that he's in the state over or something like that?
Yeah,
So like it's just I think it I'm not sure if it does lead to anything, but I do think
not
that it
sure.
was also trying to like show that JR's talk about like being like offering like more like affordable oil fuel prices and yada 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 has kind of
Right,
like expanded in its reach, and now you have like franchisees coming in and saying, hey, we can't exactly offer it at the same rates because we'll lose too much, but even something like 10-15 cents less will appeal to our customers, essentially,
right.
and so he's basically just trying to make a it's the idea, yeah, other businesses smaller businesses even are looking to sort of get into cahoots because of his influence, yada yada yada. And then
Yeah,
of course, this is in between scenes where like we see Holly asking questions with like Bobby and stuff like that of what JR's doing with her company, and we know that it's just that reiteration that he needs more refineries because he's having
right.
trouble.
Because he's
Yeah,
pumping the oil still and all that.
so I think it could. I I honestly don't think it does lead to anything. So I think it might
He
have
wasn't
just
in the
been sort of
next.
like,
Yeah, he wasn't in the next episode, so I guess not.
we'll see
Um,
anyways.
Ellie and Pam do lunch with Mark Grayson about Brooks, and they need his
Yeah,
approval. He's already eyeballing Pam.
I
Already.
mean, she
Love at
is
first sight.
very very beautiful, but
She has her hair. She's killing it with the hair of the season.
so far, yeah.
Um, Cliff moves into his new place. Afton gets all pissed off at him.
Really quickly, speaking on hair, Afton's slow transition to that blonde in these episodes. Oh,
Mhm.
she looks stunning. Like
She does. She
it's,
does.
the way they've done her makeup has even changed a little bit. It's still light, but it doesn't have the sort of undertone, like the sort of yeah. It's light. Ugh, she looks really good in these episodes.
Yeah. So these through these episodes is I feel like what really gets JR and Ray. against each other, or Ray more so against JR, where he wants to kill him all the time. JR has words with Donna, pisses off Ray, and Ray hits him.
That
It was awesome.
it was.
They leave.
And then
El-
Donna just starts. Well, JR just starts coming at Donna and
of course,
basically has a go at her for like being corrupt or like, oh, this was voted on democratically and you're still trying to cause trouble and like, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
And then Ray's
being
just
a
like, yeah,
douche.
yeah, rephrase that. I don't like the way he said that. like,
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
So
I thought
Ellie's
that
all
was
upset.
hilarious.
Um, Craig and Bobby meet up. He's happy with JR's contract. Craig is the guy that is played by Lane Davies, who I
Mm.
guess is working with Bobby in this episode. I don't know if he sticks around. I forget.
I think he does for a
Um,
little tiny bit, but
does he
I
for?
just think a little bit, I think, but not heaps. I don't think because I don't remember him
Just
sticking around too long.
probably for this storyline. And whatever
Yeah,
JR got written in the contract is actually helping Bobby with the
yeah.
cartel,
So it comes out that if they want to, if someone wants to pump and they don't, and the majority doesn't want to, then they can force the option to buy them out at full market shares. Like what
which is
exactly?
like
Like so, what it's
25 to
worth.
$30 million.
Yeah, they said it was like a huge. Yeah, basically buying out your share plus in some of the interest on like what it was worth or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
so,
that's what it's worth if they were to pump.
yeah, or that
Sue
share of
Ellen
it. So, yeah.
Sue Ellen tends to JR. He wants her to go on the show with him. They're still
Mm.
being cute in these scenes, so
It was
I can see now how like okay, like you can root for them
the
this
dynamic
season.
though. The,
This
the
season.
dynamic. Okay, so like that's the thing though, is that they do have these moments, right? These little sweet moments, and then in the very next episode, yeah, I think it's the next one. He basically sweet talks Sue Ellen into trying to talk to Pam to get her to
Right.
influence Ellie. And it's in a way where he's just like, and he puts it in a way, it's like, oh, you're great friends. Like, you just got to try and just appeal to her. Go to lunch together, talk amongst
Hmm.
yourselves, and like, just get her to pull back a bit because, like, it's not right,
But if I
Yada, yada, yada.
remember correctly, this is the shit that he keeps doing to her. He keeps putting
Yeah,
her in these situations. He does it again.
exactly.
Um,
So you do get these beautiful little moments where you see it, he
yeah,
does want her by his side, but he
but
wants
he's
her by his side every time, even in this
yeah.
shit where it
Even if he
compromises their
cheats.
friendship. Yeah, even if he cheats, even if it compromises her friendships with other people, and that's where we start. Well, the toxic, like that, their toxic shit is already starting. Sue Ellen is
Hmm.
just being Sue Ellen's. Well, you know,
She's trying to make it work. She's trying to do her
yeah.
thing.
Well, she's not exactly unhappy at the moment or anything like that, but
Right.
we as the viewers can start to see this sort of stuff. Whereas it
Hmm.
obviously it takes her to actually, like she's the character, so it takes her a while to click on, but she
Right.
does. And I think you're right. I think later in the season too, he puts her in another situation. She gets wild with him.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's not one of their big fights like at the end, but I think she does get the shits with him.
Right. Yeah, it's building though. I think it's with Clayton actually. Um
Mm.
Actually I know it's with Clayton. But anyway, I'll
Yeah,
tell you that in a little bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Mark calls for Pam.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to meet for breakfast. Um I think is this where I have why do I have that written there? I
I
don't
do
know if
know that Bobby
does
gets the
Bobby
shit.
talk to her
Yeah,
now and he
so
says that you're on the wrong side of the war.
So he asked why Mark was ringing Pam, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh
he's
right. Right.
yeah, he's the retainer that what was the guy's name? Brookhurst. Brook.
Brooks Brooks something.
Yeah,
The
yeah. Blah blah
lawyer.
blah. He's like, "Oh, well, why are you talking to him?" Well, I want him to help Miss Ellie with the will, contesting the will, and then it stops.
Yeah, Bobby's not. I totally forgot to write that Bobby was in the scene. So I'm like, wait, what was he talking about? Um, and yeah, and he says you're on the wrong
It just
side of
kind
the
of
war,
leaves
and he
you to
gets
think
mad.
with that. Yeah.
Right. JR goes to see Holly. She refuses to cut contracts. And he basically threatens her if she doesn't know what to do. Mark and Pam meet up. He wants more info about like Ellie and what's going on. She's kind of upset with him. She's like, I don't cheat. Like, if that's what you think's gonna happen here, like, she's getting really kind of defensive. But you can tell, and like later on, she kind of likes it. She likes the attention, I'm guessing. And
It's
basically, they can have Brooks on their side. It's like, she's like, well, call Ellie and tell her for me.
Mark.
Don't go through
I
me.
don't. I don't really dislike Mark here. Like, I know it seems bad because it's like he's obviously hitting on a married woman, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. He's he's sort of like I don't remember him being like I don't remember him always sleazing onto her or anything, but he actively said, I'm interested and I'm in here if you need a shoulder to cry on, sort of thing. He's not really being he's telling her exactly why he's interested in her, and that he knows that she's married, but this whole,
Hmm.
yeah, and all that. It is bad, but at the same time, like,
It is. He's
it's
lining
it
her
is
up almost,
yeah, but like all at the same time, though, he doesn't expect her to cheat.
which is why I don't like him.
It's really weird. It's this
And you
weird
don't
dynamic.
know that
I
he
mean,
expect he don't- you don't know if he doesn't expect it. If she would have given him a kiss, he would have loved it. What are you talking about?
a kiss, yeah, but like I'm talking about like actually sleeping together. But also,
Well,
she
that would
said,
eventually. He
I'm
knows she's
not.
not going to do it right now.
No, but she also says, I'm not that type of. I'm not very liberal when it comes to like my relationships. I'm gonna
Right.
stick with my husband, sort of thing. And he's like, that's an attractive quality. He's like, I don't know. It's weirdly. I mean, like, it's just weirdly direct, and
Like like
he doesn't actually
like
cross boundaries for
like
men.
Mark though, his character on Flamingo Road never had a woman.
Mm.
And he was always like the nicest guy saving these hookers and whatever he was doing back in Flamingo Road.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, what is his problem? Like, is he a stage 4 clinger? Like, what is his deal? Because like, how come he doesn't have a woman if he's so handsome and so sweet and yet like he's on I don't know. I just don't trust him.
It's just that I always think that, like, I don't know. It's very interesting the way he plays it off because it's obviously like seedy and stuff, but he doesn't expect her to cheat. And and obviously as they interact more, you find out that he probably wouldn't have wanted her to do that anyway. And it's just this weird thing of declaring your interest, but not. But uh,
He's lining her up, it's called. It's saying like, I'm here for you. If anything goes wrong with your husband, I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's what he's
And she
doing,
takes
which isn't
yeah.
mean, but it is shady.
I mean, like what
Eh,
I mean is like it is. That's what I mean, but I don't know. It's just
Stop trying to
weirdly
explain. Stop trying. You love
well.
Mark and get over.
Yeah, like that's the thing though, is that I don't really. I mean, like he doesn't actually expect anything from it.
We think. We don't know. Well,
We
we do,
do.
but we do and we don't.
It's just
So
a weird dynamic for the character.
right,
So like and like how do we do even write that modernly without it being the way we're like joking about it and stuff, you know?
right. Probably couldn't.
So how is it weirdly coming off honest when by definition she's married and he's hitting on her? Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? And he knows that she's married.
So Holly meets with Bobby. Jordan calls while she's there. He wants to meet up. Holly explains what's happening with JR. She doesn't know what to do, and he
Yeah,
really doesn't know what to tell her. She's being squeezed basically. If she sells the contract, it's going to ruin her company. If she doesn't sell the contract, JR might is threatening to ruin the company. So either way, she's kind of in a tough spot right now. Um, Lucy sees Mickey swimming. She goes out and yells at him, "What are you doing here? Like, why are you swimming? You're not allowed to swim here. Like, what's your problem?" And then they kind of go at it like brother and sister, and whatever. These little small moments of them fighting, which they always crack me up still, even though it's like I don't know. Right now, it's like hardly on. Afton goes over cliffs. He apologizes to her. She seems like she's over her. She had to just like get it out, I guess, and now she seems over it. She's like, okay, I'm cool. Um, I guess every once in a while you just gotta yell it out. And she did.
Well, Cliff,
And okay.
it's not even like Cliff completely ignores her. She's exactly, but it's like when they do this, one thing I've actually noticed with Cliff is people always try and like he is ignorant, but people also try
Mhm.
and talk to him when he's doing this like weird little role where he's like in his own little head. So like when he was in the apartment area looking at it, he was literally on a roll. He wouldn't even have been paying attention to her, you know, because he's sitting there planning what he wants to do with his space. Yet he does have the presumption that she'll be there, but because it's not some big declaration that she wants, she's mad about it. Like I actually think
Right.
this is where they're kind of funny,
Yeah.
like and a little cute. Even though Cliff's tone, he is tone deaf with this sort of
Alright.
stuff.
Sure.
It's it's ridiculous, and you know Ken Kershaw plays it well enough like that too. Like he just like when she throws the boxes at him, he's just like, like
Well, it's also like I don't think he's in love with her, but he wants her around. You know, like but
I
and
think
she's in love with him. Like I just feel like it's like that, so he doesn't know how to handle that.
I mean, maybe, but like the only person he really seemed in love with in any sort of way was Sue Ellen, and then afterwards with everyone, he's very casual with them. I think,
Yeah.
I think the way they write it is just kind of like I don't know. I feel like it's I don't know. I don't. I do think he loves Afton. I just think he's an ignorant, shitty dude for and doesn't express himself properly in that way. You know,
I think
like
he was still getting over Sue Ellen because remember even at the wedding, like he still had
yeah, yeah,
issues.
oh,
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true
like,
enough. That's
you
true.
know, I think it's just that. And he was brokenhearted and he just is healing and he can't give Afton what she wants from him right now.
Mm.
But her being there all the time for him is like helping him come around, as well. Like I'm going to be here
Insane.
for you even if you're a dickhead not listening to
I
me,
mean,
like
in saying that, I mean, like, you know, he did just try and kill himself, like, maybe we're half a season in, like 6 months ago or so. And you're
yeah.
like, oh, what do you think about marriage? I mean, like, honey, he's still,
Right.
like, getting to the point where he wants to live. Like,
Right, right, right.
like, give him some time.
And of course she's like, "Well, you asked me over for dinner. Where's dinner?" Of course it's Chinese.
Of course.
Like clearly he doesn't listen because she's like even all the other times like if you heard in the past episodes she's like please not Chinese tonight, not Chinese tonight because he gets it all the time and she's over it.
Yeah.
I'm like that too. I have to be in the mood for Chinese. I can't have it every night. Like I can have it like once or twice a month.
I can have things
um
pretty often, but probably not every night. No.
right, right. The talk show begins that JR is on,
Uh,
Cliff is watching, of course. um he gets something in his head because I think Afton like brings up something about JR being president or something like that.
the
Um,
pizza guy walks in and says, oh, I'd vote for
Chinese
him.
food guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Pizza Man comes in and is like, "Oh, that's that J.R. Ewing. You know, if he ran for president tomorrow, I'd vote for him." And Cliff's like, you know, so much for the intelligence of the average voter,
Yeah.
and then just
Does
kind of
he
obsessively watches the program.
does he think that JR is going to run for office or something? Like, is that why
No,
he's
I
like,
think it's more like I think it's more just a crack. Like, not that he's actually like. I think it's
because
more
he
like
was
the way.
the look on his face at first because he was like he thought about it, he's like, oh wait a minute, and I'm like, I don't know if he had an idea or if he thought that JR might run for office. I
I
don't
just took that as him actually considering J.R. as president, and being like, "Ew."
know. Um, Bobby's mad at the interview because, of course, he makes some kind of comment. JR says something about, like, Bobby can't run the company or something. So
He's
Bobby
like,
gets home all pissed off.
he doesn't have the strength to do it. I know it. He knows it, and our whole family knows it. He basically,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ellie hears Bobby talking to Pam about, Mama probably won't go through with it because she can never do that to Jock and say that he's mentally impaired or whatever, incompetent. JR talks to Pam. That doesn't go well. Um, He blames Pam for like everything, which is really annoying. Just because she's helping Ellie right now.
well, I mean, like, what was he gonna do? Like, he was just, of course, he's gonna attack her. He, any chance that Jr. get, it's been a while since he fully goes for Pam, but like, he goes for her. Like, any chance he gets.
Yeah. Bobby meets up with the cartel. He says you can buy me out. It's like 25 to $30 million each, I think. Not just it's per person, not per group. So that's a lot of money that Bobby would get. So he's going to get his money one way or the other with the oil pumping or what. So he basically forces them into a corner, and they have no choice. And now they have to think about what they want to do. Then they say you're going to make a lot of enemies out of this, uncap or else. Rebecca visits Cliff. Says she visited with Ellie. We did not see that scene,
Yeah, I was
which
wondering
is
about that. I
weird.
thought I missed it.
Yeah, I wonder if they cut it or something because I feel like it was important because before they were not really getting along, but Rebecca was feeling kind of,
I think
sorry
there's
for Miss
enough.
Ellie.
Honestly, I think there's enough exposition that Rebecca gives that it's fine.
Yeah,
The
it's
the
fine. And they
episode's
do,
already quite crammed as it is with what they're doing and trying to show everybody's different takes on this
right.
contested will thing. So
Well,
I'm fine with that.
it would have still been nice to see someone on Ellie's side because their sons are against her right now, besides Pam.
True, but like the episode was 49 minutes long on network TV.
Right. But she
So they
wants
would have
the
cut
pressure.
it. It simply would have been a time thing, I reckon.
She wants the pressure off of Ellie. He agrees. He says we'll do it, until we can't anymore.
Yeah.
Or until the will's decided, I think. Well, that's what he wants to do, but I know in the next episode he might have to do it sooner.
Yeah.
Um, Ellie gives Jock's letters that he wrote in his final days to Brooks.
Mm.
Kind of shows that how his mental stability was. Um, and she said something like, I don't want to do this. I have to do this for my family."
Yeah.
And to proceed with the trial. So, um, next episode, The Reckoning, episode 15. JR gets home, family meeting. Ellie tells the family what she's doing. Brooks is going to represent her, and all this stuff. Bobby and JR kind of attack her.
Yeah.
JR blames Pam. Um, then when JR leaves the room, she goes off on Bobby, like, "Yo, dude, like, why didn't you let him attack me? That ain't cool."
Yeah.
And Bobby kind of yells at her, whatever. So we see the things happening now. We know Mark's around, so we know what's going to happen. Um, so Ellen tells JR that it's not Pam's fault. Um,
Isn't this the
is
scene where
that
we see trying to say to Sue Ellen about like, I'll go meet with Pam, like what were we talking about before?
with Mark?
No, with Pam. What he says, isn't this the scene where he says to Sue Ellen to go talk to Pam or have lunch together?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Ellie and Rebecca hang with Christopher, so we get that scene of them hanging out. So maybe that's why they didn't really have to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, Rebecca says that Ellie is right for doing what she's doing. She backs her up, fully supports her. Um, Obviously, because like it'll get at JR, and JR needs to be taken down by somebody.
True, but she's also sitting there too, being like, "This is what it could be. Like the families could just get along if there's no
Yeah,
fight to worry about," which is fairly accurate. But yeah,
but it almost feels like what's coming with Rebecca in a way. Like it's like, yeah, everything could be great, and then like the next few episodes, not so great.
it's not.
It's not for some people. Um, Harv and the boys meet up, JR and Bobby. He says Ellie could win with Brooks. Brooks would never take on the case if he didn't think he had a chance to win, is what he says basically. And what do we do if the will is overturned? Well, the old will come into play, and they do find out later on that 100% goes to Ellie.
Yeah,
She can do whatever she wants. Sue Ellen and Pam do lunch. Mark comes along. Sue Ellen's kind of eyeballing like something's going on here.
she's like, I can see a home wrecker when I know a home wrecker when I see one.
Definitely. Um, and yeah, you see Mark's face when he sees Pam. He just lights up.
Yeah, he
So
does. They do so well with the acting, like he does.
They
Yeah,
do. Yeah, in any of the scenes, like he just lights up.
yeah, it's like proper.
Um, so Donna does stay with the council. She tries to sway them against JR, of course. Cliff and the cartel chat about Bobby. They basically say they're screwed either way. They don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, our hands are tied. Harv says Ellie will get Ewing. Um, oh, that's I already said that. But Ray and Gary lose out because
yeah,
they were not in that one. I
yeah. They
guess.
were
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
because
he wrote it. In,
they implied that all the boys were pretty young when this one was written, so it's
right.
probably why they were still like teenagers or some shit.
Sue Ellen and JR talk. Um, she brings up Mark and lunch, and we already know where JR is going to go with this.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And she says that
absolutely.
she kind of knows what JR is up to with what he says, and she's like, I don't want anything to ruin Bobby and Pam's marriage. JR.
And he's like, all right,
Um, as JR or as Bobby and Pam fight in the other room.
yes,
Um, JR tells Lucy about Gary getting screwed in the old will, basically, because they think she quipped that he of course had to one up her because he likes to be a dick.
yeah,
But she was a dick too, and she likes to. I mean, it's just part of it. That's just how they are.
yeah, yeah.
Which I feel like never changes. I feel like they're like
I
always the
don't
same.
really feel like it. Yeah, I don't actually
Even when
feel like
she, even when she leaves and comes back, it's like the same.
it.
Um, Ellie and Pam talk. She's worried about Ray. Um, JR goes to see Mark. Says that Pam is taken with him. Just planting those seeds.
Yeah, yeah, playing
Rebecca Afton.
games.
Rebecca Afton and Cliff are at his place. They talk of Ellie. Rebecca still wants them to ease up on Ellie. Ellie meets with Ray. She says, I won't let you lose any money that Jock left you. I'll get it back. This is where Ray gets on my nerves. This is the shit that gets on my nerves. Ray says he understands. Whatever. He sees JR when he's leaving. Ray basically says fuck off because they have a little tiff, talk about
Yeah.
Donna and all that. Donna and Ray talk. He's like, of course, I'm too proud to take the money from Ellie. This is the shit I hate about Ray. Like, dude,
Mm,
she was married to your dad. Your dad wanted you to have the money. Take the fucking money. It's not even in stone. It's not even done yet, but he's already talking this shit. Like, just wait and see what happens.
mm.
Nothing might change, which we know what happens.
Yeah, yeah, but
Um, Pam is at her gym,
mm.
which we have not seen all season. Remember, I think Bobby
Yeah,
bought it for her. Bobby
yeah,
bought it for her last season, and unless it was early in this season, I don't remember. But I thought it was late. I don't remember. But he bought her that gym, and then we never seen it again until
I
now.
forgot about it actually. You just mentioned it. I just thought she was in a gym.
No, that's hers.
Oh.
I honestly forgot it made a reappearance because that's what I said. I remember talking about this when we talked about it, and I'm like, I remember that they're in this gym like maybe twice. He bought it for her so she could bring Christopher with her. Remember,
Yeah.
to work and all that stuff. So Mark comes in being all flirty. She's like, I'm married. Basically, I said go away, but she didn't. But he does leave, and she kind of has like a smile on her face. I'm like, Cam, don't you think it?
Homework a mark.
Uh-huh. Punk goes to see JR and Bobby. They want him to testify for Jock, of course. Punk doesn't know what he's gonna do. He's like, I'll be in court, but I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm He's friends with Ellie. He doesn't want to hurt her. He doesn't want to hurt Jock because he's dead. Like, what are you
Can
gonna
we talk about that gem that Puck is wearing in that?
do? The what?
He, he walked in and he has this thing, this
On
collar
his neck.
thing, right? And I was like, oh, that looks like just like some sort of blue stone. It's actually like this big, fancy blue gem encrusted with diamonds. I was like,
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Like, I'm
I
like, oh,
mean,
I was sitting there
he's
and I'm like,
rich.
I was like, that looks a bit extra. And then I'm like, and then it actually did a close up. I'm like, oh, that is extra.
I should have
Like,
paid attention. I remember him wearing it. He looked good, but like
I
I
just thought
wasn't
it was like
focused on
just
that.
like a blue stone or something, not like a proper like blue gem inserted like friggin' some sort of Texan Hope diamond. Like
That's
it was, yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he is a rich oil man, so
I just didn't expect it from him. He always usually just has like the old little 1-2 down the side, you know,
well,
maybe with like a little bit of a. It
he's
was a
always
massive brooch, so it looked
he's
so.
always very well dressed though. Like I mean, he
Oh yeah,
dresses.
he does, and he
Yeah,
looks nice. I was just very surprised. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this character had a huge opulent side. Like, I don't
and
remember.
we know that Mavis likes to shop, as she shopped with Ellie. So
Yeah,
they dress pretty. Um, so Pam gets home. Sue Ellen says Mark called, and she voices her. And I love, like I said, I love Sue Ellen in these scenes. She's just chilling on the sofa. She's like, "Listen, I'm just worried about you. I'm worried about how you're acting with this." And she's like, "I know it's none of my business." Pam's like, "Yeah, you're right. It's none of your business." I'm like,
mm,
Pam, she's just being a friend. She's like, I'm your friend. And she's like, well, be one and shut up, basically.
yeah.
I'm like, Sue Ellen is being like the best this season.
She is pretty forgiving though, because like she
She
expected
is.
her to kind of bite back, you know.
Right. Oh yeah, doesn't she say, I think Sue Ellen's like, why are you so angry then? Like, why are you acting up? Like, and she's like, I'm angry because you're asking me questions. Like, shut
Yeah,
up. But anyway, yeah, I think they work out their issues constantly in these episodes. Lucy talks to Ellie about Gary. She says, I would never hurt your daddy. Like, he's my favorite, basically. I would never let anything happen to him. So stop. Chills her out. She's like, of course, JR said that, right? Um, she makes sure that he gets what he deserves. We have a nice, quiet family dinner. You can cut the tension with a knife. Um, it's Brooks comes in. He says the hearing's on Tuesday. This went quick. I'm like, it goes from these like
yeah. It like
quick
jumped a
court
week. He's
days,
like it's next Tuesday or something. Like it jumped like a week nearly, and then
right?
suddenly, literally the next scene, like after the ad break, we're at the courthouse.
And then you have like that half a season with the other court that we always mention later on in the series,
Yeah, yeah,
or it's literally like a half a season long, um, or it feels like it anyway. So court
yeah.
day, Dave is called to the stand. Other dude, the banker guy, Mr. Horner's called to the stand. He mentions that Jock was forgetful. We're finding a little bit of things out, but nothing like major.
Mm.
Harv calls Punk. He says he knew it would be tough for him. He doesn't really. I thought I thought they had a pretty good like testimony for Jock to be declared mentally incompetent, but it doesn't go that way. Um, Brooks brings up Jock's fever, that he could be delirious, and all this stuff. JR is called to the stand.
It's
Uh,
probably more in relation to that the the letters are like personal and can be you can conjecture with those sort of letters, and the
right,
people that are around him, like Puck, might he sort of advocate. He doesn't really go against Ellie directly, but he doesn't really say there was anything enough wrong with Jock. It's like that thing about like how she's read his letters versus what people who are around him are actually seeing. You know.
right,
And so, like, I think maybe that's more or less what it come down to. But in saying that, this is a soap opera trial,
right.
legal proceeding. So I'm sure there's a little bit of, fictional
Yeah.
um, liberty taken. So plus, I
So
don't know that deep
JR
about
says
the system.
JR says that's what Daddy did. He always pitted Bobby against him, and that was just how it was.
Yeah,
Ellie's called. She said that Jock sounded tired on the phone, wasn't himself. Brings up the letters, makes her read the letter. Um, it says that I think in the letter it says like his concentration's off, it's hot, and whatever.
He looks
Of
past
course,
the
she has.
he looks past the trees, and they merge into nothingness, and that all he can see is her face. Like, well, that's really well written, sweet stuff.
I know, and this is where Barbara Balgetti's gets you with the tears coming down. I'm like, damn, this woman's right
Yeah,
on. It's crazy. She's just so good. The tears flow as she reads. Brooks asks if Jock was mentally incompetent. She kind of like plays around because she doesn't want to say it, but then she does say it. But then, they go take a recess, come back. The will remains intact, and they leave. I really like that shot when they're all like walking out. Bobby's like,
yeah,
"Mama," and like she just ignores them. She's just rolling out. And this is the first time that I had to watch the preview for the next one because I was like, "Oh man, I want to see what happens next." And
yeah,
that is where I saw in the preview that Sue Ellen asked Clayton to do something for JR, and I'm like, "Oh." So
yeah,
that's why I knew. So
yeah.
I had to cheat a little bit.
Oh, that's fine.
Um,
It's
because
nice.
again,
It's nice not
it
remembering
was
everything so clearly as well. So when things pop
right.
up, I'm like, oh,
But it was such a good episode where I just wanted to see what was happening next, and I'm like, okay. So I watched the preview, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I settled me down. Yeah, these are really good episodes. I still don't remember what the cartel decides to do. So I'm like, what are they gonna do? 'Cause they're fucked either
I
way.
actually can't remember either. I can't
I'm
remember either.
assuming I'm assuming they're gonna let them pump because they can't afford that money because that's millions of dollars.
Yeah, I can't remember what exactly happened. But
So
Bobby ends
is
up
Bob
coming out of the fight though with a better reputation than JR does. I know that. So something has to occur where if he does screw him up like that, I'm pretty sure there's a point there where he patches it up. I just can't
Oh,
remember.
I'm sure. They're always constantly fighting with the damn cartel. And Mary Lee's always trying to sleep with one of them.
Yeah,
Well,
I do love Mary Lee Stone though. She's
I do
great.
too. She is great. I love
Yeah,
seeing her. I forgot she was on this much in this like in all of these episodes, like
she
she
has like,
and
and like 8 times out of 10, in my opinion, too, she has some fantastic hair.
she does
Like,
actually,
and
yes.
she always looks good. Like, and she just has that. I don't know. She just looks like that. I don't know the way they sort of play up like the Texan oil man. She very much encapsulates, I think, like a Texas oil woman, at least for the show, because obviously I
Hmm.
wasn't alive in the 80s in Texas in the 80s, but like she
Right,
very much
right.
has the same. She carries the same gravitas as quite a lot of the blokes do, and I love it too when she gets angry because she stares daggers, and just so many fantastic actors. It's yeah,
It really is.
so
It's
well
like
done.
all the
And not just recurring roles, but you get people who are just like one episode roles here and there, and they might have
yeah,
like and they just really do like just kind of nail it.
they do for sure. Um, yeah, I'm trying to I can't I know I was do Ray and Donna have issues after this? I can't
No,
remember.
I feel like they. No, I feel like this.
They're good
The
for
thing
a while.
happens. It's all through Mickey for the next little while. I think most of the time it's
Right.
through
Yes,
Mickey.
yes, yes, yes.
They don't. I don't think they start having proper dramas again until around seasons, like as in a relationship. I think until like seasons eight, late season 7, early season 8,
Early eight.
maybe,
Um,
maybe. Because I know by
I
season 9 is that whole pregnancy storyline.
The Mickey stuff is probably the most depressing thing I've ever watched on a soap.
You know what got me though? Honestly, that's when Aunt Lil breaks my heart. That woman, my God,
Hmm.
that woman looks so despondent and everything. And I still remember it. I'm really looking forward to the scenes because they're some of the most clear ones in my mind
I
of
just know it's so depressing.
when she's in the courtroom explaining things. It is so well done. That lady
Hmm.
is so great. Keep forgetting her name too. I'm going to make sure I know it because Aunt Lil is fantastic. And it
Ray
is a
and Donna are good in those scenes too, and
oh yeah, yeah.
that whole storyline for them is great.
It's just really
and
heartbreaking.
terrible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
it's
hard.
and terrible. Like, and
Is that
yeah,
is that Lucy's last story until she before she leaves, or does she have another one? That's the last one I remember her
she
having.
has some stupid side plot with who's the young fella that Sue Ellen is into in season, was it
You're
7?
right. You're right. You're right. Yes, I'm so sorry. I do. I like that stuff too. It's
I
with
can't remember.
Christopher
Is it
Atkins,
That's him.
Peter.
I couldn't remember the
Peter.
friggin' I was gonna call him Peter Atkins.
Yeah, that's funny. Yes, Christopher Atkins. I
And then
love
I think
him.
she comes across Mitch again, but I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's what leads her out of town. I forget. I
No, I
forget
do
what
know
it
that
is.
she leaves with Mitch. I do know that she leaves with
Okay,
Mitch,
that's what
but
I thought. I remembered that.
I don't remember the process. But I'm pretty sure after Mickey and that drama, which is so great, she ends up coming across Peter, and then
Peter.
there's
Yeah.
yeah, and she's sort of like a third wheel in this little weird love triangle thing that's happening. And then, of
Right.
course, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she runs across because I'm pretty sure she leaves at the end of season 8. Peter's in season
Okay.
7, so there must be
Yeah. Yeah.
somewhere in between.
Yeah. I remember all of that stuff is great because they build. It's slow building. I remember everything built so slowly, and it just but it was good though. Like I like a
Yeah.
slow build. I don't like when things just like Melrose Place. Love Melrose Place for what it was, but they never slow build anything. It was always just like shit's happening
Well,
constantly.
it's like they Melrose for me is like, I mean, I can't believe, it got 7 years, and I think it has over 200 episodes.
Yeah,
And because
227.
its seasons were massive, but
Yeah,
you've got like 7 seasons with like a 9, 10 season level amount of storylines.
right.
Like, it's crazy. It's like, I think about like shows like modern sort of soapy ones like Revenge. Revenge went through like 6 years worth of stories in four, you know? Like the OC back in the early 2000s, it was every single storyline from like 90210 basically in 4 years.
Right.
Like, and 90210, no, beg your pardon, 90210 goes for 10, and like they were both sort of in that time of heavy network production, 22,
Right.
25 episodes. Yeah, well,
They
90210, but
wanted
the
it.
time was so 30.
The networks wanted there to be new episodes every week because it was doing really well. So they expanded the seasons where you only had off from like June to August.
Yeah.
And
But,
then
but
basically
that
it
was
was a
like the
new
90s
episode.
treatment. That's like that 90s, like where the network clearly had faith in Aaron Spelling.
So anyway, well, we'll wrap this episode up of Dallas.
I
Super
think
good
we probably should.
episodes. Yeah, yeah. Um, Let us know. Did you watch Dallas in season 6? What's your favorite episode? What's your favorite season? Who's your favorite
Is Mark a
character?
homewrecker? Is Mark a homewrecker, or is he just an honest lover boy or something like that? Or is he a simp? Would he be considered a simp these days? I don't know.
A simp.
I don't know. That's used a lot online. Who knows? Like, it's
Right.
bullshit. But.
Well, let us know in the comments what you thought of these people and stuff. And thank you for joining us. Thank you, Patreon subscribers. You're seeing us early. You're a Patreon subscriber. If you're not, you're seeing us months from now. And happy summer.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, comment. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.